In fact, the National Testing Agency is all set to conduct a retest for 1,563 candidates for the NEET undergraduate medical entrance exam, overseen by officials from the Union Education Ministry. Now, this decision came after the NTA withdrew grace marks given to students due to delays at exam centres in Meghalaya, Haryana, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat and Chandigarh. Now, allegations of mark inflation surfaced when 6 students scored a perfect 720 marks, prompting concerns about fairness. Now, let's tell you that the retest will occur at 7 centres, including 6 new ones, to address irregularities such as paper leaks reported earlier. Despite calls for cancellation, Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan defended the exam's integrity, stating that the careers of legitimate candidates should not be jeopardized due to isolated incidents. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court declined to postpone the NEET UG counselling set for July 6th, citing the complexity of the situation. In fact, the NTA, facing criticism over its handling of NEET and UGC NET exams, is preparing for today's retest as part of efforts to rectify previous lapses in examination administration. My colleague Nikhil joins me for more. Nikhil, very good morning. Clearly a lot that is happening as far as this entire exam row that is concerned. In terms of action and where things stand at the moment, what is the latest that you can tell us so that our viewers would get a better perspective on the same?
Nivedana, as you have rightly said, a couple of things are already taking place in this regard, and now the Ministry of Education, they have furthermore informed that they are also entrusting the investigation of NEET UG examination to Central Bureau of Investigation. That means after NET, this is another investigation which has been handed over to the Central Bureau of Investigation, which is going to furthermore see as to what exactly were the irregularities and what exactly gone down wrong in that particular sense. But also today there was this NEET PG, which is for the postgraduate program. It was scheduled to be held today at a couple of centers across the part of the city. And yesterday night, only late night, the Ministry of Education came out with a fresh notification informing that fresh dates are going to be announced accordingly for all these students. And this has been done taking into consideration the recent incident of allegations regarding the integrity of certain comparative examination. Therefore, the Ministry of Health has decided to undertake a thorough assessment of the robustness of process of NEET PG entrance exam. And this has been done as a precautionary measure. There are no word out yet whether the NEET PG paper were also circulated in the telegram, which is usually widely used by all those kind of people. But now, apart from it, we are also going to see a couple of protests happening in the capital city. There is another protest by the aspirants from the NEET PG exam as well after it got cancelled. Today, a couple of students are also staying at the protest at Jantar Mantar site. So these are the recent developments which are going to take place in this regard. Back to you.
Right, Nikhil. In fact, as you point that out, clearly a lot that is happening. But what really essentially happens here is that the students, the future rather of them, really is now hanging by a thread.
Well, correct. And this is the reason why the heads have already started rolling by the Ministry of Education as well. Yesterday, we did see that the NTA DG IS Subodh Kumar, he has been removed from his post. There is another IS person who has been given the additional responsibility of the same. And apart from it, there is 7 members.
Right, Nikhil, as you're in fact pointing out that action, stay with me. I'm going to come back to you as far as that is concerned, where you have rightly said that heads have been rolling and action has been taken on that front. For more on that, I'm going to come back to you in a couple of minutes. In fact, let's tell you the point that my colleague Nikhil was making, that the government on Saturday here sacked the Director General of the National Testing Agency, that is Subodh Kumar Singh. Meanwhile, the government has given Pradeep Singh Kharola additional charge of the post to the Director General of the National Testing Agency. Now, adding salt to the wounds, the Ministry of Health on Saturday postponed the NEET PG entrance exam slated for today, which we just told you about, and the move that came hours ahead of the examination has sent clearly shockwaves across candidates, with the Congress now claiming that the government has completely lost its trust among the youth. Now, the ministry in its order mentioned that it would announce the revised dates at the earliest.
ये सरकार एग्जाम नहीं करा पा रही है। नौजवानों के बीच ये सरकार अपना विश्वास पूरी तरह से खो चुकी है। जो शिक्षा मंत्री आज से 4 दिन पहले एनटीए को क्लीन चिट दे रहे थे, अब एनटीए के डायरेक्टर जनरल जो एग्जाम्स के हैं उनको हटा रहे हैं। ये क्या लीपापोती चल रही है? किसको बचाया जा रहा है? क्या एक अफसर जिम्मेदार है सारे एग्जाम्स में जो घपले हो रहे हैं उसमें? क्या उसके ऊपर किसी का वरदहस्त नहीं है? ये जांच कब होगी? कब ये सारे जवाब लोगों को मिलेंगे? कब ये सरकार सिर्फ एग्जाम ठीक करा पाएगी? ये जवाब इन सवालों के जवाब अब लोगों को नहीं मिल रहे। जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि नौजवानों के बीच ये सरकार अपना विश्वास पूरी तरह से खो चुकी है।
Nikhil, coming back to you, of course, we heard politically speaking what the Congress or rather Pawan Khera had to make of the situation. But since you were talking about the big action that we're seeing on this front.
Well, correct. And what we were telling you earlier that the heads have started rolling, and as you rightly mentioned, Nivedna, DG of NTA, who is this IAS Subodh Kumar, he has been replaced by another IAS person who has been given the additional responsibility. Apart from it, there is 7-member high-level committee as well, which has been formed by the Ministry of Education, which is going to be headed and under the chairmanship of the former ISRO director. And there is also presence of the joint secretary of the Ministry of Education as well. So there are a couple of things which are already taking place as far as the action is concerned. And given that the point that in the last few days, the students, the aspirants in particular, they were the concern regarding the scrapping of the NTA as well. This is another reason as to why the responsibility has been switched. There were, a couple of incidents where it has been noticed that some sort of leadership is lacking from the side of NTA. So the action has been taken on the that front. But also, if we talk about the future of those aspirants, it is currently in limbo. The question is lingering and looming very large as to what exactly is going to take place, because the dates of all those exams which have been revised, the dates for the same have not been out yet. When exactly they are going to give another set of exams, this is something which is still unclear. The future correctly appears to be in limbo. So all are correctly in the wait and watch position. But there is a lot of anger, not just among students, but also their parents as well, because a lot is already at the stake when you come for the competitive exams. So this is the reason why some of the students, aspirants are also reaching out and taking it to streets to venture out their anger in that sense against the Ministry of Education, central government, the NTA as well. So let's see as to how exactly and when exactly the dates are announced, particularly from the side of the Ministry of Education. Thank you.
Right, Nikhil. In fact, as you draw perspective on this, I understand you're tracking more important developments for us, in fact, about the crisis in the national capital. So I'm going to come back to you yet again. But before that, let's listen into the political reactions as far as the entire exam row is concerned.
नेशनल बोर्ड ऑफ एग्जामिनेशन के द्वारा जिस प्रकार से नीट पीजी परीक्षा रद्द करने का निर्णय हुआ है, इस निर्णय से कहीं न कहीं छात्रों के मन में एक असमंजस की स्थिति दिखाई दे रही है। मुझे लगता है कि किसी भी प्रकार का कोई इनपुट नेशनल बोर्ड ऑफ एग्जामिनेशन, भारत की स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय के पास यदि कोई आशंका थी तो उस आशंका को और पूरी गतिविधि को और पूरी अपनी कार्रवाई को विद्यार्थियों के सामने लाना चाहिए था। आज विद्यार्थियों के मन में सवाल ये है कि परीक्षाएं यदि रद्द हो रही है तो उसके कारण क्या है, उसको सुस्पष्ट करने की आवश्यकता है। इसलिए विद्यार्थी परिषद का मांग है भारत सरकार से, नेशनल बोर्ड ऑफ एग्जामिनेशन से, कि विद्यार्थियों को जानने का पूर्ण हक है, अधिकार है कि ऐसे कौन से कारण और ऐसी कौन सी परिस्थिति बनी जिसके कारण से परीक्षा को रद्द किया जा रहा है।
डॉक्टर्स का एग्जाम है, 2 लाख MBBS डॉक्टर्स इस एग्जाम को देने वाले हैं, नीट पीजी को। इतना बड़ा एग्जाम है ये। 10 घंटे पहले लोग कहां सेंटर से 500 किलोमीटर कोई कहां से दूर से आया हुआ है, जो डॉक्टर्स हैं उनके साथ पूरा खिलवाड़ किया जा रहा है। ये उनकी हेल्थ के साथ मेंटली टॉर्चर किया जा रहा है ये सरकार के द्वारा। उन स्टूडेंट्स का हम सरकार से यही अनुरोध करते हैं, इस पे सख्त से सख्त कदम उठाए। नीट पीजी के एग्जाम को जो कंडक्ट करवा रहा है, नीट यूजी के जो एग्जाम को कंडक्ट करवा रहा था NTA, सब पे सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, तत्काल प्रभाव से होनी चाहिए। तभी मेडिकल एजुकेशन सिस्टम जो भारत का पूरी तरह से विफल हो चुका है, खत्म हो चुका है, मैं कहूंगा बर्बाद हो चुका है, वो तभी वापस रीबिल्ड होगा।